To your capstone, and today we will be talking about your HACCP Form 3, which is also your process flow diagram. And just to recall, in your Gantt chart for this project, we have the HACCP plan, but also the production flow chart, which are due approximately at this time. You've got about a week to 2 weeks to keep this in mind. Again, in the capstone course, we do not set hard deadlines. We set soft deadlines to keep you on track, to keep your work progressing forwards. And we do not expect that if you make drastic changes to your product that you're going to pivot and go back and redo your paperwork. But we want to make sure that you have the competency, the capability of actually getting this paperwork done relative to an appropriate formulation. So I do expect that your production flow chart from this element here in your Gantt chart is going to be the same HACCP as your Form 3 from your HACCP program. So let's jump to our HACCP forms and let's talk about what we're expecting in a process flow diagram. The form doesn't give a lot of description. It says show the processing steps and how they are related. And so in all fairness, I think it's worthwhile to jump into some examples from industry. A process flow diagram should be giving you a breakdown of the basic steps necessary to produce your product on a unit operation basis. So each of the steps that you see in a flow diagram is going to be one unique step in the process. And here's an example from the CFIA website. I'm going to downsize the page here so that we can see the whole diagram in one flow. But again, it's from the CFIA, and so we know that this is a flow chart that would be acceptable from a preventative control program, FSEP program, or any sort of HACCP-based program. This would be the sort of thing that would be compliant and sufficient for audit purposes. Again, just a reminder, in your process flow diagram, each step is really intended to be one unit operation. And when we say unit operation, that is supposed to be one processing step. It should also include such things as storage or receiving of ingredients, packaging, and redistribution of that product as well. So do take that into consideration. Each of the different steps as it goes along is one unique step. And so again, don't try and cram multiple operations, chopping, mixing, unless it is a chopping and mixing device such as a bowl chopper or a RoboCoupe style chopper where you are getting a chopping and mixing at the same time. Keep it to single steps, single operations at a time. Now, it's tempting to say, well, wait a second, I want to be able to do my unit operations based off of the culinary approach. I'm not exactly sure what sort of heavy equipment I'm going to be using in manufacturing, and that's okay. Use your kitchen-based unit operations at this point. Now, as you recall from your HACCP program, you do have your flow diagram at Form 3, but you will also see it revisit at Form 6. And so if you are doing Form 3, do make sure that you are just focused on the flow diagram. You'll notice from the web-based example here that they have overlaid the CCPs where they are at the necessary steps. That is going to be your task at Form 6. So at this point, at Form 3, going back, sorry there, for those of you who are dizzy here, Form 3, it does not require you to overlay your CCPs at this point. It just requires you to have each of your unit operations. But that, as you know, gives you a sense of confidence that moving into Form 6, it will be pretty straightforward to get that done and just overlay your CCPs at that point. So Form 3 is pretty straightforward. You should have some experience in doing this at this point. And again, if you type into Google process flow diagram, there are a wide variety of different examples that are there to give you some inspiration. And of course, if you have questions, you are always welcome to get in touch with me and ask specifics related to your specific product and your specific project. Take care, and we will talk to you again soon.